sin was heavy, but chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan. Now you call me a citizen of heaven. When I was broken, you were my healing. Now your love is the air that I'm breathing. I have a future, my eyes are open, 'cause when you call my name, I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness, into your glorious day.
Good morning, Rooted Men. Pastor Tom, Firmly Rooted Church. Great to have all of you on board on this Monday morning. Just a few days away from Christmas. I hope that you're all ready for the holiday. I think we've had a great Advent season, and we've readied our hearts and our minds and our souls to receive the Christ child, huh? Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. We are still looking at David in 2 Samuel chapter 11. And we're going to say hi to a few people, and then we're going to dig in a little further and see where that takes us. I think I saw, Steve Drew popped in there early. Chuck B, good morning. My cousin Dave Donnelly, good morning. Ken Gooch, good morning, fellow brothers in arms. Brian Vlaming, good morning, men. Plus quite a few others out there. Great to have all of you. So I'm going to pull up the reading again in just a second. The lessons to be learned as we look at David's life here. And yes, he is a man after God's own heart, but that doesn't mean he's perfect. And so we're learning things about the human nature, right? David has fought wars. He has built a palace for himself. The city's growing. Jerusalem's becoming quite the city, and he decides not to go to war. He makes the decision on his own. He doesn't ask God about it. He doesn't even seek God. We don't have any hint that he said, "Hey God, what do you think about me just kind of laying back for a while? What do you think about me, sitting back and being king and not going to war?" And as we know, it gets him in trouble. And I guess we got to pause for a minute and say, like, where have I relied on my own thinking? Where have I relied on my own judgment? Where have I, rather than go to God and say, "Hey God, what do you think?" I just assumed and I knew that this is what needed to be done. It's what I wanted to do. And before you know it, we open a door for Satan to get at us. Now, why? Because we allowed our old nature to make a decision and not our new nature. See, our new nature would ask God. Our old nature would trust on its own wisdom and discernment and would just step in, and hence we step into Satan's playground. And just like that, David ends up committing adultery. He ends up making Bathsheba pregnant. He ends up trying to get Uriah to go sleep with his wife so that the baby could be seen as his and not David's. And our last verse from last week, Uriah said to David, make sure it's up there. Nope, it's not up there yet. There it is. Uriah says to David, "The ark of Israel and Judah dwell in booths, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord." He's talking about, you're the Lord. You're the king. The ark is under a tent. Joab and all of us men are fighting on behalf of you, the king, and we're all sleeping out there in the open fields. Shall I then go to my house to eat and drink and to lie with my wife? As you live and as your soul lives, I will not do this thing. Now listen, he has every right to go home. He has every right to sleep with his wife. But for the most noble reasons and a deep respect for David the king and other men who are fighting wars on behalf of the nation, he refuses to do what he has a right to do. David did what he wanted to do and had no right to do it. And he's still not waking up. David is still plowing down this path. David said to Uriah, remain here today also and tomorrow, and I will send you back. So Uriah remained in Jerusalem that day and the next. And David invited him. And he ate in his presence and drank so that he made him drunk. Do you see it? I'm now going to create a feast for him. I'm going to make him drunk, and I'm going to do everything I can to have him break his vow to God and to his fellow troops and go sleep with his wife, which he has a right to do because David already slept with his wife, which he did not have a right to do. And now she's pregnant. Just notice every step is just like adding to the problem. It's every step that David is taking rather than repenting, trying to control the situation, trying to feel like he can figure this out and he can put all the pieces together and no one's ever going to know, right? Well, in the evening, he went out to lie on his couch with the servants of his Lord, but he did not go down to his house. In the morning, David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. Listen, Uriah, the husband of Bathsheba, is carrying a note to the general Joab. And he has no idea that he is carrying his death sentence. In the letter, David wrote, set Uriah in the forefront of the hardest fighting, and then draw back from him that he may be struck down and die. And as Joab was besieging the city, he assigned Uriah to that place where he knew there were valiant men. You know the rest of the story, and someone will pick it up tomorrow, probably Steve. Can you slow this thing down in your mind? Can you see where maybe I have done something similar? Thinking that we could cover it up, thinking that we could mask it up, thinking that we could force it to all work out, when all we really needed to do was repent. It just blows my mind that Uriah carries his death sentence letter from King David to Joab, and he has no clue. He's innocent. He's innocent. With highest of integrity, he chose not to go back home and sleep with his wife until all the other soldiers could come home. He respected and honored the king. And David respected no one but himself. Selfish and self-centered, willing not only to cheat on another man's wife or with another man's wife, but then have him killed as a massive cover-up. If you're not going to sleep with your wife, then I got to kill you so I can have your wife. Yikes. Yikes. I mean, that's the kind of crud that you got to get rid of. That's the kind of stuff that sinks into the soul, and Satan can just jam it down our throats, and we got to let go. We got to take these things to the cross and see them attached to Jesus on that cross. We're going to continue down this road this week, and next week we're going to look at Psalm 51 and David's writing of a psalm that is his spiritual reaction to all that took place. But we're not yet done looking at the situation that David is in, and so we'll finish that out in the next couple days before Christmas, and we'll hit the rest the next week. All right, let me see who else came on board. Steve Giroux, Bert Reggiani, Steve Skopik. All right, guys. I hope that this devotion was a blessing to you. I know it's hard, but every one of us has got to face some of that stuff that's hidden deep down inside, because we think that we're fooling people, and we think that we've somehow covered it up, and realize that nothing is ever covered up in God's eyes. So we better just cough it out. We just better give it up and go through some repentant process. And what better time to do so than the end of a year, so we can step into a new year, new, clean, chains broken. All right. Blessings on your day. Make it a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.